You know what? The internet is addiction. And I have a lot to offer to the planet. And if I don't offer it properly, I'm going to be taken advantage of. So, throughout my life, in the later part of my life, as the internet's grown, I've had a Facebook, I had a MySpace. MySpace is done for. Even though out of anything, I miss the old format of the MySpace. It's like everybody had their own website. At the time I was doing music, it was good for the music scene. It was very positive for the music scene, for the local music scene. MySpace was great for the local music scene. At the same time, indie music was coming out. We had MySpace. The stars aligned for some reason. Then Zuckerberg came along and made the goddamn Facebook. Everybody went over to Facebook. I tried the Facebook. Around the time that Facebook was going on, my high school sweetheart had moved to college. So Facebook was hooking up for her. And I basically stayed off Facebook because, you know, that was my high school sweetheart, who's my wife now. And I love her to death and love her to life. But at the time, well, that's when Facebook was getting popular, and I couldn't go on it. You understand. But that's what it was made for. It was made for college kids to hook up. That's why Zuckerberg made it. All right. But now we got everything under the sun. We got Periscope. We got battle rap apps. And it's just going to keep on coming. Anything. It's going to cater to everyone, to where everybody could be in their own goddamn chat rooms. Everybody one day will be wearing the Google contact lenses, or they'll go straight to the surgery and have the Google eye surgery. They'll have Google eyes, and they'll just be tuned in to everybody that caters to them. You know, we're willingly going into the matrix. And I got a lot to offer the world. And at the end of the day, it's all about my own happiness. And your own happiness is all you could ever offer the world. And I've come to a point now where I've almost lied to myself. I've been trying to be like, yeah, the internet, it helps make me happy, but it doesn't make me I'm not that type of a creature. For some people, by the way they grew up, it's really connected them. For example, if you're gay in the South, you may have nobody to connect with except through the internet. I understand that. And the same goes for a lot of different things. But for me personally, the internet never really did shit for me. I'm the type of guy that when I go for a job, I don't look up a bunch of places and email my resume. Some people, that's what they do. They email their resume to 1,000 places and just see who emails them back. And they hustle like that, and it works. And that's the modern way to get a job. I'm not like that. I'm an osmosis kind of a guy. I'm a godly kind of a guy. Like, I appreciate my body right here, right now. And when I go for a job, I print out the damn resume. I go into the place. I want to look the people in the eye. That's the kind of guy I am. You know, I've been doing music, and it's like I do music and I put it up on the internet, and it's like I feel like a fucking peasant on the fucking internet, trying to like put my music on there. I'm about playing live music. I like that osmosis. I like that I like it right here, right now. You know, this is who I am. And just like the birth certificate, your IDs, your passports, your credit cards, just like they got the all caps letters. What that is it's creating a false person that's not the actual person. So everything that happens in the court of law is catering to that created corporation, that dead corpse. It's a dead version of the living version of yourself, which is nameless. Conscious people that have been down that road, that have broken down etymology and language, and they know, they've broken down money, industry, they know what the hell I'm talking about. There's the real thing, which is who you are, and there is the corporation, the all capital corporation. And the same thing is for the internet. The internet now has created the meme. The dead version of you is the meme. And the meme goes for followers. The meme goes for views. And at the end of the day, it goes completely against what's in my heart, my philosophy. I got too much to say, and it doesn't belong on the internet. Because deep down in my heart, I feel this shit has to crash. And I'd like to break that down. I'd like to break down how the internet has to crash. Alright? If you feel like the end game of singularity, of the whole world being taken over by nanobots, everybody wearing Google goggles, if you really think that that's where everything is headed, that's where you're headed, Biash. That's where you're headed. Because technology today does not compare to technology of the past. Because scientists, and especially the common person, can't explain how the pyramids were built, how Stonehenge was put together, or we can't explain what connects from an aerial point of view. You got Masonic structures that are aligning up from an aerial point of view. Way back in the day when there's not supposed to be planes. It's like the technology that we're given is a fucking trinket to distract us from real life. Real life. Real life. We're supposed to be sensitive. We're supposed to slow it down, baby. We're supposed to meditate and listen to the birds. And actually intuitively calculate what the hell the birds are talking about. You don't think that's a level? They got you. That's what the Indians of this goddamn country, before it was America. I say Native Americans, but I had a good family friend that was like an uncle to me. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was Indian. He was Native American, but he took me to one of my first powwows, and he told me that a lot of Indians or Native Americans or whatever, original people of this country, is what I should say, original people of this country, they don't even like that term Native Americans. It's like an awkward mouthful, you know? Because like at one point they were referred to Indians and it just picked up. Like Columbus dropped the Indian bomb and it just picked up. So then when they started throwing Native American in there, they were like, nah, we already been using Indian. You know, it's the same for like, just saying, like my wife is white, graduated in black studies, but it's like you don't, sometimes in certain situations when you're saying African American, it's kind of an awkward mouthful, because you know there was a whole movement out of the 60s reclaiming black is beautiful. So it's like, you know, when you're trying to be all PC, you're just throwing the whole black is beautiful movement. But I'm getting off course.